and I'm so happy to be at Popularity.
Did you ever feel unsure of the direction that you wanted to take the album in?
No, actually, pretty much from the get-go, I was pretty certain about, that I wanted it to be pretty consistent and make sense to the listeners, and that I just wanted it to be really true to who I definitely kind of had an idea of where I wanted it to go.
What can we expect from your debut?
Well, I would definitely say it's a party album. It has lots of fun songs that you can listen to before going out or while you're out, but it also has a nice balance of the sentimental ballads that are on it as well. So it's kind of nice to be able to have it for all types of listeners.
What do you feel were the major challenges that you faced when approaching the album?
I think that the most major challenges were just making sure that we found the perfect songs. We've been working on this album for actually the last 3 years, and really the reason it's taken so long to have it finished is because I really, really wanted to make sure that it was a strong album with no songs that I felt were fillers. I wanted to make sure that every song was perfect in the way that it was done and perfect in the quality of the music and the songs and the lyrics. So that probably was the biggest challenge because we went through a gazillion songs, did lots of writing, and kind of compiled what we felt was the strongest 10 songs for the record.
How would you articulate the overall theme and attitude of the album?
I would say it's pretty sassy. It's definitely an album that has a lot of attitude kind of in it. I'm a real fan of Gretchen Wilson and Miranda Lambert, and I love how with their records, they kind of put everything out there, and they're not afraid to kind of speak their mind. And this album, I feel, is very similar to that type of attitude and genre. So that's kind of what people could expect to hear when they listen to the record.
Did you find it frustrating to narrow down the songs for the album?
No. Well, the only frustration I had was just being able to just choose 10. There's always so many songs that you hear or that you're part of writing that you fall in love with, and it's so hard to know exactly, if you're making the right decisions in putting this what you feel is perfect, together for the first record. And so that was maybe the slight frustration that I would have had.
Is there a track that you're most excited about in particular?
Yes, actually, my very first single that's out right now is Friends for Life, and I was so excited to receive the song. We actually just got it in the last hour kind of recording this record. We just recorded it in August, and it was given to me and written by Chad Kruger. It's just an amazing song. He obviously is so talented with being an artist and a writer. And this track, I'm just so excited about. I'm actually going to be shooting the music video for this track in 2 weeks, actually, in Las Vegas. So there's a lot of excitement around everything to do with this song in particular.
Nice. What do you love most about the song?
I really like the sense of it, that what it's about. It's, family and friends are really important to me and in my life. And this song is about, being able to get out with your best friend, go on a road trip, and make memories that last a lifetime. And I fell in love with it right away. It was something that I was looking for to complete the album, and everything was just said so perfectly in this song. And the feel is really upbeat and happy, and it's just one of those feel-good kind of tunes to listen to.
And now you also worked with some big-name producers. What was that experience like, and who taught you the most valuable lesson?
That's a hard one. Yes, I was very fortunate to get to work with some pretty amazing producers. Dean Marr, also Brian House, who most people would know him with working with Hinder. He wrote Lips of an Angel. He's worked with Headley, Chris Daughtry. Kevin Turco, who's fantastic. He did the Aussie record, the Up record with Mutt for Shania Twain. I honestly would have to say that I couldn't narrow it down to one person in particular, which I know that's like the wrong answer to give, but it's the truth. I feel like I learned a lot of very helpful information from each and every producer because everyone has a different way of doing things. And I think that the most important thing when you're an artist or even just working in any career is being able to work with others and being able to kind of, maybe do things and take a different approach in a different way than you've done before in the past. So that's probably the best lesson I learned in the full experience is just being able to work with lots of different people that have different ways of doing things.
Now, you were part of Wave and Flag and Standing Strong and True. How important was your participation in those to you?
Oh, it was super important. I'm a firm believer that it's really important to give back to your community, whether you're able to do that through, if you're an artist, through singing, which obviously for me I love being able to do, or if you're just someone who, say is a plumber or something like that. I think that just something really small makes a huge difference, and for me, that was my difference that I was able to make, and to be able to do it doing something I love was just a bonus.
What's been your coolest moment so far throughout this entire journey?
Wow. I think definitely doing the 2 music videos for the Waving Flag and for Standing Strong and True. It was so inspirational getting to work with so many people that I look up to and that I'm a fan of myself, and getting to have us be able to all work together towards a common goal that was giving back to people who needed help. So that's probably been the most exciting part for me as of yet.
At this point, what do you value most about this experience? I
think just getting the opportunity to get to work with so many talented people who have taught me so much. It goes back to, like I said, learning to work with others and making sure that you have an open so that you can take all of the information that they are able to pass on to you and their knowledge in and learn from it.
Mm-hmm. Some artists like to test their new songs in their car stereo or just invite a bunch of people over to play it for them. What's your style?
I do all of the above. I blast it on my stereo on repeat, like over and over and over again until I can't stand to listen to it anymore. And I also force my family and friends to listen to it. I'm sure that they are probably quite sick of my record now because they've had to listen to all of the songs way too many times. But I definitely, genuinely, I really appreciate their opinions on things, and they're always the first to say, hey, I like it, or, what about this, or I don't really like this, and I definitely value their opinion a lot. So it's very helpful being able to get that feedback.
Are there any specific expectations that you set for yourself when you're creating music?
Definitely. The biggest expectation is just to make good music. I really want to make sure that I put my best foot forward and just strive to be the best. And also, for the future, not just stopping at, I think this is good enough. Like once I've conquered something, I want to make sure that I go back and work so much harder the next time. So I'm always hopefully getting better and better and improving. I think that's really important.
Where do you see yourself going in the future after this album? How do you want to progress from here?
Well, for me, I'm a big dreamer, so the stars, there's no limit for what I would like to do. I definitely want to be playing in stadiums, and, the big goals and dreams are to be the headlining act, like so many of the country stars that I love and admire so much, and also just to keep making more records and keep writing and improving on all of those type of skills so that I'm able to use it towards my career.
Is there anything that keeps you up at night?
Yeah, actually, thinking about, if I have, if I have a show the next day, or even interviews. Like last night, I was thinking about my interviews today, and, okay, what if they ask this question? Or, when I have a show the next day, I always I'm going through the show mentally in my mind of how I want it to happen. So all of those things, when I'm recording, I'm kept up about, I need to hit this note a certain way tomorrow, and Music definitely keeps me up at night. Sometimes I find that at nighttime I end up coming up with the best writing ideas, so there'll be times even at night where I'll put on my voice recorder and quickly record something so I don't forget it, put it down, and go back to it in the morning.
Do you have any final thoughts or anything that you'd like to say to other readers of Popularity?
Absolutely. I just want to say thank you so much for all of your support, taking the time to listen, and giving me that chance and that opportunity. And I really hope that one day I'll get to meet all of you soon. And feel free to go on to my Facebook or Twitter, and I'd love to message you back if you message. And thank you so much, Popularity, for having me on here today.